week one of the fantasy football season, and here's a few quarterbacks I have as sleeper options this week. The first quarterback, Gardner Minshew of the Las Vegas Raiders. Minshew last season, he played the majority of the season for the Indianapolis Colts when Anthony Richardson was out with injury, and he finished up 3,305 pass yards, 15 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 100 rush yards, and 3 rushing touchdowns, and 2 two-point conversions with 5 fumble losses. Minshew available 95% of fantasy leagues. This week, a middle-of-the-pack matchup going to Los Angeles at the Los Angeles Chargers, where we know they got Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack, 2 vicious pass rushers. But Minshew, believe it or not, still has some decent weapons on this offense where I think he can make a few things happen in the deepest of leagues for fantasy owners. Davante Adams, even though he's getting up there in age, he's starting to decline a little bit. Young rookie tight end Brock Bowers, a lot of hype about him this season. And then you got Zamir White in the backfield and Jacoby Myers as the number 2 wide receiver. So Gardner Minshew last season, he had some good games, and some games he didn't do much. So this week, in the middle of the pack matchup, and if you're desperate at quarterback, I have Gardner Minshew is a sleeper this week. The next quarterback, Will Levis of the Tennessee Titans. Will Levis, he's a big arm quarterback. We saw last season some flashes from him, including a 4-touchdown game and a come-from-behind victory at the Miami Dolphins on Monday Night Football. And Levis right now available in tons of fantasy leagues at 82%. So last season he played about half a year, 1,808 pass yards, 8 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 57 rush yards, a rushing touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and 4 fumble losses. So this week, not a great matchup with the Chicago Bears, where their defense has definitely improved over the last couple seasons, and Soldier Field, a tough place to play. And now this Bear team actually has an offense where I believe they're going to stay on the field longer and make it even better for their defense. Have more rest and could get to the quarterback. So Will Levis, like I said, he's got a big arm. He's a gamer, no doubt about it. And if you're in a pinch in deepest of leagues, 2 quarterback leagues, I think Levis can have a mediocre game because he's got good weapons as well. Pollard and Spears in the backfield. Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Hopkins looking like he's going to play in this game. And Tyler Boyd is the number 3 receiver. So deep leagues, sleeper option, Levis. And the third and final quarterback I have as a sleeper, Sam Darnold of the Minnesota Vikings. I know Sam Darnold, it's been a mediocre to poor career for him throughout his NFL career, where he was a high draft pick from the New York Jets many seasons ago. Then they traded him to the Carolina Panthers. Then he backed up last season with the San Francisco 49ers. And now this season, the starter for Minnesota with J.J. McCarthy, who got hurt in training camp and preseason. So Sam Darnold, the only thing going for him, I believe, they got pretty good weapons, is this Viking team. Obviously, Justin Jefferson, I think all around is the best receiver in pro football. Jordan Addison had a good rookie season last year, and Aaron Jones, the veteran in the backfield. So there's some weapons, and this week it's a pretty good matchup at the New York Giants, where their defense really hasn't stopped anyone over the last couple seasons. I know they got Burns. I know they got Thibodeau. A decent pass rush is this New York Giant team. But like I said, with the weapons Sam Darnold has, he just has to be a little bit accurate and get the football in the right places for plays to be made. So right now, well, he's available 90% of fantasy leagues, and a deep sleeper and deep 18, 20 team leagues, or even 2 quarterback leagues. I think Darnold and a New York Giant team could put in a decent performance as a sleeper option. That's a few quarterbacks I have as sleepers for week 1 of the fantasy football season.